What's up, everybody? Welcome to Fight Junkeez. I am Bobby, aka Bad Bob, and it's a beautiful Monday morning. We had a great weekend. Austin is behind being the producer engineer today. How you doing, Austin?
I'm doing pretty good. It's another beautiful Monday morning with another beautiful Fight Junkeez recap.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Even though I have a boxing glove, but thank you everybody for tuning in. We got a lot to cover today. Once again, shout out to Ode, the Jamaican sensation Osborne, UFC flyweight. He's in the middle of a move right now. I don't even think he's in Vegas. So shout out to you, Ode, if you're watching this. What's up, big dog? How's everybody doing? Hope everybody's good. It was a real busy weekend. There was a lot going on. A lot, especially in Vegas. If you live in Vegas, then you know it was extra busy. Maybe you saw me out there running on the strip with Fight Junkeez, getting some interviews in. That's something I do want to talk about because I think that's going to benefit us, our brand, who we are. And I had an absolute blast. Not that I don't enjoy being in studio. This is all part of the machine and the madness that goes behind.
It's a new element.
But it's a new element, man. I had a good time. I really did. So the first thing I want to talk about, obviously this is the fight show. I want to get into the heavyweight division with the UFC. We had a fight night Saturday. Shout out to Mr. John Orlando and Nick Diaz. They were cage side with Brett from Nebraska, right? I think it was Nebraska. Yeah, Brett's cool. Got to watch the fights this weekend.
Did you mention Nick was there? Former guest on the show?
Yeah, I said Nick.
Oh.
Yep. Of course. That's East Coast. I got to shout out to Nick. So the main card was Pavlovich versus Curtis Blaydes. And it kind of went how all right. So if you don't know the UFC the way that I know it, you have your strikers, you have your wrestlers, and then you have when wrestlers come together, they kind of cancel each other out. So if you look at this main event, Pavlovich is also a Greco-Roman. He's an awesome wrestler. And then Curtis Blaydes, an American collegiate athlete. The key element in this fight was the striking. So if you have great takedown defense and you are an amazing striker on your feet in the heavyweight division, you have an extremely good chance of knocking your opponent out. Because, I mean, you see it, bro. Like heavyweight, it doesn't take a lot to get knocked out. And that's kind of how this fight went. The striking element of Pavlovich was just a little bit better. Curtis just couldn't get his takedowns, which is not an easy task to keep that monster off you. So I'm excited for the heavyweight division. I got to say, I know that in November, I believe, in New York City at MSG, they're trying to put together the Stipe versus John Jones fight, which... Oh, man, that's a toss-up, too. I'm going to probably give it to John because of his striking, his durability, his mindset, his reach. Stipe lost to DC and then took a while to beat him the second time. So John has ran through everybody. So I think it'll be John. But looking at Pavlovich versus DC, that's a whole different animal. I think, or not DC, sorry. John Jones versus Pavlovich. I got to say, in the heavyweight division, there hasn't been much excitement. Can you agree? Like, it's been pretty dead in the last.
Pavlovich has been the excitement.
He's been the excitement. I mean, everybody's gone. Oberim and
DC.
DC's gone. That whole division's kind of been. So, unfortunately, I do think that John Jones will retire after he beats Stipe. I could be wrong, but what else does he have to accomplish?
Well, he even said his last fight, I believe it was either the lead up or right after the Cyril Gane fight. He says, I don't really have many more in me. He's like, I'm getting older. And like, to be fair, what else does he have to prove? He has nothing else to prove.
Nothing. He said this
he's already proved everything.
He said this will be my retirement fight. So I'm excited. Heavyweight division has finally got some smoke coming back to it after a while. And then I wanted to get into, I'm a big fan of Bobby Green. Bobby Green, if you watch this, come on Fight Junkeez. I think we'd have a blast, bro. His style, his energy, his flashiness, he talks a lot of shit. But he was fighting against our friend's friend. So Nick Diaz is from Queens, New York, and he was fighting Gordon, and Gordon's from Queens. Within an inspirational story, coming back from addiction, and then being in the UFC. That's a huge feat to accomplish. I was excited for this fight, but I did believe that Bobby Green was going to win the fight. Gordon's a tremendous athlete, but I did think that Bobby Green had just had a little more experience and his striking was a little more crisp. And that's kind of the way it went until it was ruled a no contest, which if you watch the fight, even if you didn't, headbutts, they cause cuts, they cause knockouts, and it could be ruled a no contest, which is exactly what happened. So if I watched this fight back to back a few times, and maybe you could change my mind, Austin, but I've never seen. All right, so he came in literally with a left and went straight and hit Gordon in the face on his jaw. Normally, that'll happen if both of the gentlemen are like trying to close the distance or go for a takedown. That wasn't the case. I don't know. I'm not in there. Maybe he wanted to come for a clinch. But whatever the case was, he headbutted the shit out of Gordon. I'm not in there. It was on the side of the neck, the jaw. But, I mean, it didn't knock him out. He, attempted a triangle after that. So I was a little bit uneasy with the stop. How did you think?
So I am not going to lie. I had a video shoot I had to do that day. So I really didn't get to see much of the fight till afterwards. I was just watching the Bobby Green one again, literally right now. How long after the headbutt did they stop it?
He headbutted him.
Yeah, and I see that
he fell down.
Yeah,
and then a little bit of ground and pound. He tried to pass his guard and a little bit of ground and pound, and that was it. That was the end of it.
But so we could say like a good 30 to 45 seconds?
No.
No? So,
7 at the 6.
Oh, okay.
Maybe
In that
less.
case, I don't feel as uneasy.
But they stopped it because the ground and pound also looked like he knocked him out from the ground and pound.
Correct.
So I'm not in there.
See, devil's advocate here. You say that, and I'm not.
Would he have been knocked out that easily if he didn't get headbutted?
And then, so the same thing happened with Chris Curtis and Kelvin Gastelum.
Yes.
And so,
but Chris Curtis admitted that he was actually out.
But it was from a headbutt.
Yeah, and he was like, I was actually knocked out. I should have stayed out. And
but they ruled that in favor of Kelvin winning.
Yeah, that's just a testament to the toughness of Chris Curtis, because he could have played into that.
He could have.
He could have got his 5 minutes. He could have said, I can't continue. But he, bit down on his mouthpiece, moved forward.
Chris is a different animal.
Yeah, he's a beast.
But I guess if we're going to say that, okay, if it feels wrong that they did it to Bobby Green, then we also got to say it feels wrong that they did it to Chris Curtis.
Yeah, again, not in there. Sucks, though. We can all agree, headbutt or not, that sucks. I wanted to see, for one, I wanted to see the skill level of Gordon against, another. I mean, Bobby Green's fought everybody. I mean, 3 fights ago, he fought the champ. Which was kind of I don't know, but it sucks, man. These guys train, they weight cut, they suffer, they go away from their families. to be, for it to end like that sucks, man. All right, I want to get into Stockton 209 Bay Area. Nate Diaz. Did you see what happened?
Who didn't see what happened?
Yeah. Well, Nate Diaz once again was caught on TMZ video doing a guillotine choke, standing guillotine to the lookalike, the doppelganger of Logan Paul. So if you haven't seen, Logan Paul has a doppelganger he had been recently hanging out with. I don't think he looks like Logan at all. I think he looks like a crackhead version.
Yes.
That's just the truth. He looks like the Wish version of Logan. So that dude, Logan's Wish version, crackhead Logan, got choked out. I think they were in New Orleans. Yeah, I mean, what do you expect? And I got to give it to Diaz. Diaz could have stomped his ass out. He could have really threw some strikes. He could have really beat the hell out of anybody there. But he politely obtained a smooth guillotine while standing, and then slowly drop this more onto the ground. Look, everybody wants clicks. Everybody wants clout. I am on a show right now live hoping people like this shit. But there's got to be a reality check when you're in public, and just because you're friends with somebody who has a little bit of internet beef, you decide that you want to run up on a pro fighter. Are you kidding me? What the fuck what do you think's going to happen? Nate Diaz is a legit G. This dude is going to fight you. He's going to hurt you. You guys are morons. There's a lot of other ways to go viral. You can do, I don't know. I'm not going to say that. I'll get canceled. Don't mess with pro fighters. And then afterwards have the audacity to say, like, I'm going to beat your ass when I see you.
I vow revenge.
I'm not going to tell a dentist how to fill a cavity. I have no idea. No idea. If you think that you're going to beat the shit out of a pro fighter, you're retarded. All right. We got to get into the next. What's next is Garcia. Ryan King Garcia. I don't know why they keep calling him King. Versus Tank Davis, Gervonta Davis. Huge fight. I actually the last time I watched a boxing fight or bought a pay-per-view was my birthday, May 2nd, 2015. Pacquiao versus Mayweather. And it was that. And then in 2020, I went to a friend's house in Cali. I went to Berkeley to a party and watched Tyson Fury versus Wilder. Other than that, I don't really watch boxing. All UFC. Excuse me. I was tuned in for this shit. I was all over it. Garcia, I thought he was going to win. But Tank's a beast, man. So, how did you, before we get into like what happened, who did you have?
I wanted Ryan to win, but I really had a strong. I've never seen Ryan fight. I have seen Gervonta fight a bunch of times in this room, like watched his fights in this room. So I didn't watch it. I wasn't about to pay money. My mom worked it though. She was an usher at the event the whole time.
Oh, cool.
All day. And so she was telling me how insane it was there, the energy. But
it was nuts, man. I was out on the strip, as you guys saw.
Yeah, I saw. That was, people were
running up to me to get interviewed. I mean,
great feeling, right?
I probably have 60 interviews. 75% do not have sound.
Hey, man. It's growing pains. You do have good ones that do have sound. It's a win.
Travis was right. Shout out to Trav. The receiver, I guess, gets cut out in public. So
yep. Mm-hmm.
Once I moved to where cars were going underneath and I was on the bridge, nothing. So yeah, 90% of the good interviews.
We'll have to get you a wired mic.
Yeah, but I'm not going to post them anyway because I was asking, who people had, Tank or
you should have posted them that day.
I posted a couple.
Oh well, then that's all that matters, yeah. Bobby. It was well worth it then.
Yeah, we're going to do that every week. So now that I'm on the subject, every single week, if you're in Las Vegas on Thursdays, we go live at 9:30 Pacific Standard Time in Las Vegas. And when we're done, before it gets too hot, or maybe I'll go back out at night, but I got to be honest, I'm getting old. I'd rather just be home with my wife and daughter. But then again, Vegas is Vegas. I think I'd get some funnier content at night because Vegas is crazy. The best video I had was some guys out here for a birthday party from the UK or like Liverpool, and they were so drunk, and they talked about Darren Till and Patty, and they were going nuts.
Nobody even fighting this weekend.
No, I was like, "What are you guys doing?" They're like, "A lot of cocaine, and we're drinking." And it was 2:00 in the afternoon, and they were gone. That's Las Vegas for you. So I'd like to go out there at night, but. It's a little dangerous. I don't even get my equipment stolen. I did want to talk about that rehydration clause. Ryan Garcia is a lot bigger. I think he fights at 55 or 50, 45. Anyway, he had to cut an extravagant amount of weight. And a lot of fighters cut weight. The difference is that they get to rehydrate. So they cut weight. Let's say they have to make 155. They're only 155 for 5 minutes. they literally weigh in and start drinking water, and then they go eat. So,
I might get in trouble for this, but this is why UFC is better than boxing. Because boxing, you never actually truly get great matchups. You get Ryan Garcia emaciated and malnourished and weak. So that way Gervonta can pad his ego and his stats. That's all boxing is. Boxing is how can you pad your stats.
And then somebody said, actually it was shout out to Brennan Schaub. Brennan said, I think if you think he doesn't have an injury, you're out of your mind. And then somebody posted saying, I'm sorry that I hurt your rib cage.
Yeah, I saw that this
That was
morning.
a little fishy, though.
Yeah.
Like, somebody could have paid that dude to say that shit.
Or somebody could have paid him to go into the camp and do it.
Yeah.
Welcome to the world of boxing, baby.
I'd say, yeah, boxing's shady as hell. It's, as Dana White says, boxing is a going out of business sale every weekend. So that's it. Tank Davis won. They did bet their purse, but let me get into that. Do not... All right, it's not the fighter's fault. And Connor went into this too. Any fighter is going to say, I'll bet everything because I'm going to beat you. That's what they do. They're confident. If you're not confident enough to bet, you shouldn't be getting in the ring. The leadership in the team surrounding these young studs needs to tell them to relax, calm down. Because anything can happen, and a big portion of it is luck, as the great Conor McGregor said. So get in there, handle your business, do not bet your purse. Garcia would have lost all of his money. At least his purse. He still would have got pay-per-view, but still, he's got kids, you know. I think he has 2 kids, even though he's so young. Yeah. Don't do that stupid shit. Just go in there and fight. Handle your business. That's really all that went on. Kamaru Usman's brother fought this weekend and won by decision in the heavyweight. I'm excited for him. He's an absolute beast. Once he gets a little more experience under his belt, he's going to be really hard to stop. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, it's going to be a short one today. There's not too much going on. May, though, there's going to be a lot going on. A lot of title fights. The Ultimate Fighter's coming back. But I don't want to give too much away because I do this show twice a week. Do you have anything that you want to add, Austin?
Yeah, so because you are very big, and I respect this about you. You're very big on loyalty and honor.
Extremely.
What we witnessed from Oscar De La Hoya on Saturday is everything but that. In the post-fight press conference that they had.
Loyalty, yes. Oh, you're going to get me. Don't get me fired up.
Standing behind your employee, so to say.
You're going to get me fired up, Austin.
That's what the people want, baby. This is clip time.
This morning I got fired up. And I wasn't throwing shade at you or anybody specific, but we're in a great building here and it's all fun and games and everybody wants to come and hang out and do podcasts and all this shit. But when somebody needs you, they don't want to show up. And that bothers me. I don't like when my friends and people I considered family are taken advantage of. So everybody should need to do 100 push-ups from now on or they can't come in the building. It really bothers me, man. And if you're watching this, I'm a part of this too. There, you know, we got group chats and all these things that people want to joke around about, and I love everybody, but this is also a business, man. And you could call me at 2 o'clock on a Tuesday. I could be butt naked in a blizzard in Alaska, and I'm going to say, yeah, I'll be there. I got your back because we're a team. So it should be like that with everybody. But I digress.
But that wasn't the case with Oscar De La Hoya.
Oscar De La Hoya, I'm disappointed in you and your fake 6-pack that you got put in. You look like what was he wearing? Like a see-through like fishing net shirt?
Probably.
No, you're old, bro. Oscar, relax. You can make the money, but you don't have to be in front of the camera with your fake abs. It's kind of ridiculous. You know what I mean? And he's older than me. I'll be 37 in a couple weeks, and this guy, yeah, it's just ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Everybody wants, and that's where I'm getting into. Everybody wants to make the money, and they want the limelight, but nobody wants to show up for their people. Oscar De La Hoya, you failed. You failed drastically. How much money do you think he made? What is it? Good Boy. What is it? Golden Boy Promotions.
Golden Boy Promotions. Easily couple mil at the very minimum.
Couple mil.
Couple mil.
Couple $1 million that he probably made stealing the clout.
And then going to Dre's right after.
And partying.
Yep.
Doing all of these things because his time is over. And it's okay to have your time be over. He did his thing in boxing. Tremendous champion. But when you're stealing some limelight from these kid who's 23 years old and you got his back and you amp him up and when everything's going good and everything's great, you got his back. But the second he loses, you're not even in the building? Are you kidding me? He had to sit up on that stage with his mom and dad, who obviously are loyal. Are you like
Floyd was there?
Well, Floyd was there for Tank.
Correct, but he was there.
Yeah.
And he probably would have been there if Gervonta lost.
Yeah, because he knows what loyalty is, man. Say what you want about Floyd Mayweather. He's not in the position he is with the people around him because he's not loyal. You don't have that many people that stay with you for that long of a time if you're not doing the correct things to keep them in that circle. If you're a complete shitbag, nobody's going to want to be around you. I keep getting texts. I got to mute my damn phone.
You're blowing up. Oscar's texting you now.
Yeah, Oscar.
He said, "I challenge you to a match."
Loyalty, respect, and I see it in my own life. Now that I'm on a show, I'm in Las Vegas. I'm with fighters. Hey, big bro, how you doing? Proud of you. Where were you guys when I was, struggling? When I couldn't get gas? When I wanted to go see my daughter? Where were these people? They were nowhere. Everybody just wants to be with you when you're up. And I'll say this, and I'll end with this, because it's true. Be careful how much love you show people, because when you get busy and your life is finally getting a positive trajectory towards some success, and you don't have the time to show that same amount of love, the same people that wanted to build you up are going to start trying to rip you down. So be careful how much love you show. Shout out to Simba, Bay Area. That's who I heard say that. So, all right. Again, thank you guys. I'm going to be going live Thursday, and then I'm going to go out. So send me some questions. Shoot a DM to the Instagram, Fight Junkeez Instagram. Any questions you want. If it's too ridiculous, I won't ask, but there's a good chance I might. I'm going to go out. I also want to add a little comedic value to this. So yeah, super excited. Fight Junkeez, we're going to ramp it up. We've been right here, just kind of hovered and figuring this thing out the last 6-7 weeks, but the time has come, ladies and gentlemen. It's time to step it up. So I appreciate everybody. Again, shout out Ode. I miss my co-host. We have fun. You still owe me 50 push-ups too, bub. So I didn't forget that shit. Austin, you have any shout outs? Follow Austin, Bizarre Junkeez. Follow all the Junkeez brands. It's not just Fight Junkeez. Think of this as, it's a big network from Fitness Junkeez, Bizarre Junkeez, Gridiron Junkeez, Action Junkeez. Follow all the Junkeez brands. That's all I got. Have a great week. Stay motivated. Go to the gym, tackle your goals, kiss your loved ones. That's it. Fight Junkeez. Thank you.